shit. We're live.
Ayo, it's 3D Beats, Josh, Coldface, Cash Only behind the boards. We're here to network and chill, where we fire up the award-winning WWE Network, take a look back
at the greatest motherfucking WrestleMania of all time.
It's up there for sure.
Or just classic show from this week in wrestling history. This week was a Coldface pick, and he picked WrestleMania 24,
which I can say
March 30th, 2008, Orlando, Florida.
I probably haven't watched a WrestleMania, or any show for that matter, as many times as I watched this show.
It's great.
When it first came on, I recorded it on a VHS, like I did for every WrestleMania.
Ooh.
I recorded on a VHS, and I used to play that tape till it motherfucking popped. It never popped, but that's what you're supposed to say. It never popped. So, yeah. Greatest WrestleMania of all time right here.
Spoiler alert.
But they knew that. They knew that.
I don't think they know that, though.
Because it gets underrated. I don't know why people don't speak about it enough.
Yeah,
well, that's what I'm saying. You saw the show, right?
Yeah.
And
you could feel the energy from the very beginning.
You could feel the energy. It never slows down. I don't get why it doesn't get brought up in the greatest manias of all time enough.
The biggest WrestleMania under the sun.
And when did they start just exclusively doing stadium shit?
23,
so that's the year right before this. So this is the second one.
Because I was just on the. If you look at the True Story of WrestleMania, they're talking about how Vince said, "Yo," because they did Madison Square Garden for WrestleMania 20, you know, for the 20th anniversary, brought it back to MSG, and then they already announced WrestleMania in Hollywood for 21.
Yeah.
And then they already asked Chicago
for 22.
No, 21 was 20.
No, I'm saying 22 was in Chicago.
No, I'm saying 20. No, they announced WrestleMania Hollywood for 21.
Yeah.
And then 22 was in Chicago.
Yeah.
And Vince said after 22, he never wants to do a arena again.
Yeah, because in that documentary, first
they were you leaving all that money on the table. So why?
He feels like Mania should only be like stadiums. It should.
If you sell all the tickets, why not? Selling all the tickets.
It should always be stadiums. It should be presented as bigger than arena show.
That makes perfect sense to me.
So WrestleMania 24 starts off with John Legend singing "America the Beautiful," the five-time Grammy Award winner at this point.
Yeah, he got more after this.
Yeah,
you know.
And again, Booker T still says he's five-time champion. Even
though I laugh at that. Like even on his when he starts off his his channel, he starts it off. He says, "Yo, it's your five-time world champion." I'm like, do you not realize you won one after the 5-time? Like I know it's catchy. Yeah, I know. He separates it. I guess King Booker. It's like, yo, I know it's catchy, but don't shortchange yourself. You won more titles than 5. Come on, B.
And this is up there on the classic America the Beautiful renditions on WrestleMania for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Just the crowd was feeling it.
Had the whole piano out.
John Legend and piano, man. That's all you really need.
He brought the piano. Not so many people bring out the piano.
Ray Charles.
Ray Charles, Ray Charles.
It's outside too.
Yeah.
This is
the first. After 9, this was the first WrestleMania to be outside.
Yep.
And the first WrestleMania being an outside
I went to
stadium.
the first outside Mania. I never even thought about it like that.
History.
Yeah. And then again, what's WrestleMania without a great opening video package?
Top 5 WrestleMania opening package of all time. Yo, the way... Oh, man. I just remembered it word for word. The way it starts off... A lot can change in a year. A lot can change in a year. A lot can change in a year.
Yeah.
Like, oh my. And it did, though, because they were showing, like, the... Oh, man. It's just... Man, this is the Mania, man. This is it. Classic. I'm done with the show. It's classic. I don't
know. It's classic.
You don't want to talk about a classic?
I don't want to talk about it because it's just... I'm telling you, I haven't watched the show more times than this show in my life. I watched the show more than any other show in WWE history.
So we started off with JBL versus Finlay with Hornswoggle in a Belfast Brawl.
Well, first of all, Lillian Garcia's dress. Let's acknowledge Lillian. Her dress was a classic. Let's give her dress a classic.
Yep. This is one of those. Man, I forgot about the whole feud building up to this.
That's what I'm saying.
And
that's what I'm
saying.
Get
reminded about
a whole year. This feud built up for a whole year. They're feuding over some shit that didn't start with neither one of them. Yeah. It started with the Mr. McMahon illegitimate son angle, and somehow it branched off into Finley and JBL.
Come
on,
the
yo.
pop that Hornswoggle got when he came out,
Hornswoggle's
big
Hall
time,
of Famer.
baby.
Man, I never really, I missed the whole Hornswoggle thing.
Yo, Hornswoggle's underrated.
Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer, man.
Yeah, Hall of Famer for sure. And just his character work. He's got classic matches.
Yeah.
What was the thing that
he evolved his character.
Shillelagh.
Yeah.
The shillelagh.
He wasn't just a leprechaun his whole run. He evolved his character. He was
Yeah.
in DX. He sued DX. You know,
Took him to Little People's
He
Court,
took
which
him
is
to
one of
Little-
the most uncomfortable segments in WWE.
Yeah.
Why is Triple H in so many uncomfortable segments?
Triple H ain't scared of shit.
Well, nah, he was scared of Katie Vick.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, Vince, you really going with this shit?
And these trash can spots in this match were just vicious.
Yo, where can we get a WWE trash can? You say they keep everything that they. I would love a messed up WWE trash can
That'd be
chilling in my
tight.
house.
Right?
Signed by
Yeah.
Somebody. I don't
Steve
even care.
Blackman.
Steve Blackman. Yeah.
We don't. You got a regular trash can already. You don't need that trash.
You just
Um,
disrespectful.
Again, the shillelagh as a weapon is I think an underrated weapon.
underrated. Top 5 character
Like specialty
driven,
weapon, yeah.
Top 5 character, right up there with Steve Blackman's kendo stick.
That's not just
William
his kendo
Regal.
stick.
Yes,
Brass
it is.
knuckles.
When you think of kendo sticks, who do you think of?
Not
Steve
Steve
Blackman.
Blackman.
Not Sandman.
Um,
Nobody weighs a stick like Steve.
Nope.
but I mean, like you got Triple H's sledgehammer.
Yeah.
JBL a little thick in
The
this
nice
match,
stick.
though?
Oh yeah,
The nice stick by Big Boss
Yeah,
Man.
JBL was. But he was having
He was-
back problems
yeah.
and shit.
Oh,
like
okay.
the injuries were starting to catch
And he
up
was
with
near
him.
retirement.
I
This
didn't
was his
notice it on
second.
first watch.
This
I
is
was
his
like,
second to last
Yeah,
Mania.
it's Josh always
Yeah.
hates on the bodies.
Yeah.
I'm not hating.
And plus it fit
a
his
little
character. It
Yeah.
fit his character because he was like the rich dude,
Rich dude,
to where
yeah.
he wasn't. It fit his character more. That's how they're shaped.
Yeah.
That's how they're shaped. He's shaped like a rich guy. And this was his second to last Mania.
He was slowing down by this time.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
he
Man, shout
he
out to
retired the
JBL.
following year.
Shout out to JBL.
Question: what makes a brawl Belfast?
Because somebody from Belfast, just like a Chicago street fight happens in Chicago.
Or when CM Punk is involved?
Oh yeah,
It just alliterates. That's what people
Yeah.
like about it.
yeah, alliteration is lit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just it's a brawl, but
I
he's
love
from
this
Belfast.
match. This is
Hey, they beat the shit out of each other in this
They
match.
did.
though.
It felt real.
Yeah.
Everything
Yeah.
felt real. It felt like
why-
they really was.
Why was Finley out here doing a
Hey,
suicide dive?
That's what I'm saying. Was that a botch?
No,
No,
that
I
was
was-
how
yeah,
the move
I was
supposed
about
to
to
go.
ask
yeah,
that
but it looked so real. Oh, the trash can and then
Yeah.
smacking the head on the mat.
Yeah, I was like, yo, some of this shit looked like it wasn't supposed to happen. You know
And
what I
that's
mean?
what's beautiful. And just
yeah.
the way we talked about with Bret Hart and Austin last week with the submission match. This match had like sloppy moments, but good sloppy. Because
Yeah.
it felt like a real fight.
There were a lot of headshots in this match.
Hornswoggle, off spoiler alert, classic. It's a classic alone based off Hornswoggle taking the trash. When JBL threw,
the
first
trash
of all,
can.
when he kicked him, and then the moment when he just threw the trash can at Hornswoggle. The trash can's taller than Hornswoggle.
Yeah.
And he threw the trash can at him. And that's classic, man. This match, I go on a limb. This is in my top, it may be in my top 5 WrestleMania openers all time. I can make a case for it. Easily top 10.
Easily top 10, definitely.
Easily top 10.
Top 5 might be a tiny bit of stretch, but that's only because there's been some, especially in the last decade. There's been,
at this time, at
Yeah,
this time and up to this decade, it was easily in my top 5. But last decade,
yeah,
it had a lot of great openers. But perfect match limb too, because there's a brawl, so you didn't want it to go too long. And then the spot where JBL's laying down and Finley just puts the smashed trash can on his head and stomps on it.
the headshots in this match are uncomfortable.
Yeah, man.
Especially just everything
You
we
think
know
that was
now.
in JBL's mind? Like, yo, I'm getting long in the tooth.
Well,
I might as well.
that's what you do when you
Yeah.
get up there in age. Like, you can't go out here and have 20-minute running all around matches.
Yeah.
So you just beat the shit out of each other, and then you lay down for a little bit and take it easy.
And y'all told me Finley Finley didn't get to do everything he was supposed to do, right? Did y'all tell me that?
What are you talking about?
like Finlay never peaked, or like he left too early?
No, he was old as shit during WrestleMania 24.
He's like 80 right here. Finley's like 80.
Mr. Kennedy.
Kennedy,
Yeah, you're talking about Mr. Kennedy. Yeah. Nah, Finley, because he was like in WCW and stuff, but then he came to WWE. He was an agent, so he was always backstage. And then in 2006, he came back to actually performing.
He's still running shit though, right?
But he's still an agent.
Yeah.
Like
he does a lot of the women's shit.
Yeah,
now.
he gets credit for booking all the women's matches. So he was like the main women's agent, So he's like one of the biggest factors behind the women's revolution,
Yeah.
So Finley, man, he and what I love about this match is that JBL slapping Hornswoggle, classic. What I love about this match is that these are two dudes that their styles are already, like, when they're not even wrestling each other, they have a hard-hitting style, So when they're fighting each other, you could tell they
were laying it on there.
They allowed each other to really beat the shit out of each other for real. And it felt real. It felt like they didn't fuck with each other. The storyline revolved around, the Hornswoggle disrespect. JBL was the one that revealed to Vince that Hornswoggle isn't really his son. He's really Finley's son. So, and he beat the shit out of Hornswoggle in a cage while Finley was tied up. Like, to see JBL beat the shit out of Hornswoggle in a steel cage, the build up to this match was great. Like Finley never in WWE. I wasn't a big WCW guy, so I saw stuff in WWE. He never had a build up to a match that was.
This was probably his best storyline.
Yeah. Best storyline right here. Finley.
Yeah,
because Finley never really had like super intense, story.
Yeah, Finley was just I'll go out there and I'll fight you.
Yeah. But this was like a real story to where you really cared.
There's emotional depth,
emotional investment in his character. So I think this is peak Finley in WWE.
He never won no straps.
Yeah, he won the US strap in WWE. He won some in WCW too. But that trash can spot JBL did. But yeah, I love this match. I give this match a classic. I give it a classic.
I give it a slapper. I'm not mad at you for giving it a classic, and it's just because
we have storyline and match.
I have so many other classics on this shit.
But that's what I'm saying. You about to hear classic out of me a lot. Spoiler alert! Every match on here, I'm probably giving it a classic. Spoiler alert. So yeah, I give this match a classic. It had storyline. It had build. It's memorable. It had moments. It had plenty of moments. So classic. Classic.
Then we cut backstage. The only thing I even forgot, because we're going build up. I forgot. Sometimes you forget who wins a match. Sometimes, I forgot JBL won this match until the very end. I was like, because the whole thing is built for Finley to finally get the retribution, and then JBL's just like, nah.
Win. And the ending though, I love this ending because it's the Finley's running to him with the stairs, and then JBL sweeps his legs with the kendo stick and then does the clothesline from hell. Yeah. Greatest clothesline of all time. So it's JBL's the GOAT because a clothesline is a move that it gets done by everybody, right?
You break it. You're doing the breakdown from the 50 greatest finishers of all time.
Yeah,
that's what Matt Stryker said too.
Right? It gets done by everybody. It was getting done in this match throughout the match. Finley was hitting clotheslines, but when JBL hits a clothesline,
come on, bro,
it just feels different. It's a different vibe. Yeah. Shout out to this match, classic. Also, the arena. This is my first time seeing a WrestleMania outdoors, in my lifetime. Yeah. So I just love the atmosphere of starting it off. See, it wasn't even meant to be an old person disc to 3D. I just wasn't alive during WrestleMania 9, that's all. So this is my first time seeing WrestleMania outdoors, so it was just a unique feel. I was excited watching it. I remember I saved up money. I was in 6th grade. I saved up my money, paid for the pay-per-view, cash.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
You picked a good one.
I was excited. This was my first Mania that I paid for cash. I saved up and I paid for it. So this WrestleMania holds a special place for me because it's the first one I paid cash for. I was a big boy now. Yeah. I was a 6th grader. So.
Then we cut backstage to Kim Kardashian.
Yep.
People sleep on her WWE run.
Yeah, she's a future Hall of Famer one day.
Yeah, we had legends in here.
Yeah.
We had legends in the
kicking
building.
it backstage with Mr. Kennedy.
Man, this is beginning of Kim Kardashian too.
I get Keeping Up with the Kardashians have been on TV for like 12, 13 years now. It doesn't seem like that long.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like that long. But
I still have yet to see.
They've been on TV for like most of my life.
Religiously. Yeah,
they've been on TV for most of my life. That's crazy.
I've never seen an episode, man.
Wait, you never seen an episode of Keeping Up? Not one.
Not one.
Oh, you need to go watch. Go watch one episode for the culture. All right, so I wasn't like a watcher, but
every
I've seen
once in a while it's on. Yeah, you get caught up in it. Yeah,
this is why I respect Keeping Up with the Kardashians, right? I respect it because they've been on for like 32 seasons, but every single episode is the same shit.
Right? Yep. The sisters beefing with each other.
Yeah, it's the same shit. Like the sisters got beef over some petty shit, or with Chris, and they're always beefing over like the most petty shit that don't matter. Like, oh my God, you're mean to me, or some shit like that, or you know.
Hey, don't hate, man.
I'm giving appreciation to it.
That shit went to blows on the last one.
Oh, I heard. I
saw some
right?
viral clip floating around there.
I heard. Yeah.
Courtney and Kim was going at it.
Yeah,
they
were fighting.
I heard Joe Budden did a breakdown out on a podcast because he told Maul like, get your people. You know.
First off, because
that's his people. Like he's done toast to him and stuff. So
that's funny.
But yeah, so every episode is the same on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. It's a petty beef for no reason, you know, but somehow they continue to make
WWE.
it last.
It's WWE.
No, there's more intricate storylines.
Yeah, WWE got more intricate storylines.
That would be like if every week, just you know, if all there was title matches, and that was the only reason that there was feuds.
No DQ match, Courtney or Kim.
Courtney.
You going with
I
Courtney?
don't know. Kim was getting in on this clip that I saw.
Kim was throwing shots the whole time.
Yeah,
so they really like. I didn't see the clip. They really was.
Oh, I know we're watching after we're done networking and chilling.
She threw a little knee in there.
Yeah, shout out to Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Shout out to Kim Kardashian making her WrestleMania debut. She's a future Hall of Famer.
Facts.
Yeah. Then
it's 100% true.
Kennedy, you know, I thought Kennedy might win it again, man.
Yeah. Well, then we get next up. John Morrison.
Man, look at that man.
Versus Carlito. Versus Shelton Benjamin. Versus CM Punk. Versus Mr. Kennedy. Versus MVP. Versus Chris Jericho. Money in the Bank ladder match.
Wasn't there supposed to be 8 people?
There's 7 in this one.
No, there's supposed to be 8 people, right? Well, who's missing? You know, something's off. Somebody's missing. Oh, Jeff Hardy, because he had a failed drug test.
That's right. I was like, why was there 7?
Yeah,
7. Like,
so the backstory of this, Jeff Hardy
never does odd numbers like that in matches like.
But why was WrestleMania 31 at 7 people too though? Who was missing out of there? Right, somebody was missing out of there. I think
somebody got injured. I can't remember. I'll have to look back at it.
So it was supposed to be 8 people. Jeff Hardy, they say he was rumored to actually was supposed to win this match. Because this one he was getting his main event push.
Yeah.
He decided to, you know, fail the drug test right before he's about to win a guaranteed opportunity to win the world title at WrestleMania.
Just like the party, bro.
You know, you gotta respect Jeff, and he comes back, and then what happens? He wins the world title.
Like there's Randy Orton, and then there's Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy is Jeff Hardy gets chance after chance, man. I love it.
Randy wouldn't have got suspended though.
No, he would have got suspended.
Yeah?
Yeah, Randy got suspended.
Randy was supposed to be fired. Because he failed
that many drug tests.
Yeah,
they changed the rules.
Yeah, he failed enough drug tests to where it's like, all right, now we got to fire him based off the rule book. So Vince like restructured the rules and was like, all right, if you be good for this amount of time, you get like charges
because
dropped.
Randy's were spread out.
Yeah.
The spots in this match?
Oh yeah. Morrison's ladder moonsault.
Man. That's innovative, man. Morrison. I either had Morrison or Kennedy winning this match.
Just the way they were using the ladder, I was just like, man, and then they're creative.
Shelton Benjamin always gonna do what he does, man.
Yeah. When he got bounced onto the rope, and just he sat there and chilled for a second, like, yo, I do this. Like, this is what I like. He's like, this is light work right here. And then even him trying to do the springboard back onto the ladder and the ladder collapsing.
And that felt real. Like, I know that was like the ladder botched, but I love that spot because it felt real. It was like, yo, these ladders aren't gonna just cooperate with your fancy shit all the time.
Yeah,
you know, the ladders are gonna break, and I loved it. It felt real. It was a nasty fall, and it added to the brutality of the match.
Speaking of nasty falls, Shelton Benjamin's take me out of the match spot.
Yeah, man.
And more power to that man for taking that spot, because that is
that's sick. Because Edge was the first person to take the breaking through the ladder spot. The year before this in the Money in the Bank, when Jeff Hardy did the leg drop off the tall ladder in the ring onto the ladder to Edge, and that took Edge out the match. So Edge was the first person
Edge
to take
talks
the ladder
about how, like...
He said that's the most painful... Out of all the bumps he took in his career, he said that the ladder leg drop was the most painful bump he's ever taken in his career. He thought he was going to die, he said. So, for Shelton to take it, man, you know...
we got the return of Matt Hardy.
Yeah, man, Matt Hardy popped up in the match.
Fade off the ladder.
And that's why this Money in the Bank told stories, man, because it wasn't just a ladder match.
It wasn't just random guys in there. There was storylines going on. You had the storyline between CM Punk and Mr. Kennedy.
Because the previous year, Mr. Kennedy won Money in the Bank, and he won it by last taking out Punk. You know, he blasted Punk, and that's how he won. So they played off that storyline into the match. Then you got and then Kennedy alone, he's going for a two-peat because he got robbed of his briefcase last year when he won. He didn't get to cash in, so he's like, I'm gonna win it 2 times in a row. Then you got Chris Jericho. Is his comeback? This is comeback WrestleMania. You know, he's just coming back. You got MVP. He got the beef with Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy made the surprise appearance. John Morrison in there. I don't know why they didn't just add Miz to the match. I remember Morrison and Miz had a contenders match for the shit after Jeff got taken out. I don't know why they didn't just add Miz to it. You know, that was kind of wrong. You know?
One thing, Joey Styles on commentary is supremely underrated, especially his.
Is he underrated?
Yeah,
I thought people give him his credit.
Yes and no. I think he's all time, man.
Yeah,
his WWE run, but they
you mean just his WWE?
Yeah, they more give credit to his
for ECW
stuff.
Yeah.
His WWE stuff was
great,
amazing. So how do you feel, man? Money in the Bank used to be always Mania theme. Now it's its own pay-per-view. I kind of have mixed feelings.
I do too.
Like, because the Money in the Bank pay-per-views become like the big fight. It's become its own big theme. But man, like this, especially
it filled the gap. King of the Ring miss.
Yeah, all the dudes that are in this match, like now they would just be, putting some like throwaway feuds or like this was your upper mid card, which was super strong at this time.
Or, I love they added in the Money in the Bank. They would add the star power, man. They would throw some main eventers in there.
Yeah, you had Jericho in this
Jericho in here. The previous year, you got Randy Orton, Edge, King Booker. That was probably like the most main event heavy. Like as where they stood at this time.
Yeah.
Because they had Jeff, Matt, Edge, King Booker, Randy. But yeah, this.
And then the finish of this match was super creative.
What do you rank this Money in the Bank ladder match? Just out of WrestleMania. Well, if you want to rank them all.
Out of the Mania ones, it's up there. It's maybe
top 2, I think.
Yeah, the first one just holds a special place in my heart.
Between the first one and this one, I think.
Yeah.
Out of the Mania ones.
But man, yeah. This match slapper to me.
Imagine how this probably would have topped the first one
if Jeff was in it. Because
this is already a classic. So imagine Jeff, he is Mr. Ladder. Imagine Jeff, not missing out on this. This would have topped the first one, I think. This is just... I love this.
So, Coldface thinks the classic.
It's a classic.
I'll say classic.
Slapper to me.
I'll say classic.
Slapper?
Yeah.
Wait, why is this just slapper?
What
keeps it from classic? I want to know what keeps it from classic. I don't think you have a reason on what keeps it from classic.
I just felt like it was a slapper.
But what keeps it from classic level? It had everything. What didn't it have?
That extra it factor. I don't know.
John Morrison's in the match. CM Punk. This catapulted CM Punk's run. He won Money in the Bank. This catapulted CM Punk. I didn't expect CM Punk to win this match.
Yeah, CM Punk winning was
that was a surprise.
Like,
yeah, that was a surprise. So, you got it. I don't know. I don't think we can move on to the next match unless we get a classic out of 3D, right?
I'm a little more conservative with my classic. That's all,
man.
I throw a classic.
I think you can't. Hold on, you can't give Goldust versus Triple H a classic for Mania 13, and then not give this match a classic.
I did.
I'm gonna drink water.
All right, don't drink mine. Then we see
#COVID.
the 2008 Hall of Fame. We got the Briscoes. Mae Young. Shout out to Mae Young, man. She
freaky girl.
Yeah. Rocky Johnson. Peter Maivia.
Wait, Peter Maivia.
Yeah.
The High Chief.
Oh, okay.
I'm surprised nobody like West Side Gun doesn't have like a High Chief Peter Maivia.
Yeah, that's a hard name. Yeah.
Like Gordon Soley. Does anyone know who Gordon Soley is?
Yep.
Who's Gordon Soley?
I don't know.
Gordon Soley. He's one of the old niggas that was in WWE.
Okay. Yeah.
He's like, he did all the shit.
Eddie Graham and Ric Flair. Solid Hall of Fame class.
Yeah.
This is like the first year where they were starting to space it out a little, because the first couple of years they were just throwing everybody in there. This is the first year where it's like, okay, there's a definite headliner. You got your other big names in there, but
JBL Hall of Fame already? He's in there?
This year?
This year? Oh yeah, that's right. This year.
Shit, JBL, we in here now. Long overdue, but
Yeah.
long overdue.
Then we cut backstage with Snoop Dogg hanging out with Festus.
Are we gonna rate this segment a classic?
And Santino Marella coming out.
A.K.A. Luke Gallows.
Yeah.
It's Uncle Snoop.
Yeah, this is the beginning of, well, not the beginning of Snoop Dogg's Hall of Fame career.
Nah, because he did the Girls Gone Wild back in the day, too, with this.
Oh, shit.
And,
in, like, 02. He did Girls
yeah,
Gone
though,
Wild.
just fun-ass.
Crazy.
Man, people always want to just bring up the matches for WrestleMania. These little moments.
Dude, this Mania was a party.
Yeah. It was under the sun.
Party,
It was under the sun. It was Orlando, man.
Like even the like how the sun, how the perfect amount of clouds, like just the lighting. It was
it rained like right before the show, so
that's dope.
Oh man, I love it.
Next up, we got Batista versus Umaga, battle for brand supremacy.
Ooh.
Raw
versus SmackDown.
Something that always makes me laugh is William Regal trying to pronounce
Umaga.
Umaga.
Oh man.
And like all the time, they even brought it up on commentary. Like, yeah, he can't pronounce his name for shit, but he's a big motherfucker, man.
I love it. This match, I feel like this
ain't no classic. This ain't no classic, dog.
I'm gonna drink water.
Yo, Batista selling.
Use your wet wipes, guys. Batista selling. There we go.
The Batista.
Give my man his credit.
Batista
man.
doesn't get enough credit for his ability to sell, especially in a match with a big guy like Umaga. Batista was working his ass off in this match.
Batista, for a guy that big, he made Umaga look big. Umaga, usually if Umaga's working with somebody smaller, because Umaga's so big. Same thing with Batista, but they both did a great job on putting each other over as like powerhouses. Throughout the match, Batista was the babyface, so he had to play the babyface role. So he did a great job. You forgot Batista was like the big Batista during the match. He was doing such a good job selling that you made him. He looked like the underdog. He looked like the underdog against Umaga. This match, I got it on top 10 most underrated WrestleMania matches of all time. It was just a banger. It wasn't too long. It wasn't like how you mentioned, what Taker said last week, how, the only thing you would change is, some of the rest holds, could have been shortened up a little bit.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, Umaga versus Batista, I think they perfectly showed you how a big man match was supposed to be done. They just went at it, They just went at it.
So they're known as big men.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Two big men slapping meat.
Yeah. I love big men matches,
You ain't gotta be 7 foot to be.
No. Big man is also girth and yeah.
Cause like Big E is 6. He's only 6'2", I think.
He's not even.
Yeah, he's probably not even.
6 foot.
He's like 6 foot, but he's girth wise, he's the thickest dude on the
What's
roster.
the difference between a big man and a powerhouse?
It's pretty much the same thing.
Same thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Usually, if you're a big man, you're gonna be a powerhouse, unless you're like Randy Orton. He's a weird case because he can kind of morph in between
Yeah.
Because Randy's super tall. Like
How tall
Trash?
is he?
Trash?
Randy Orton is
Trash?
6'5".
Yeah, he's 6'5".
So that's big
That's
man
big,
right there.
yeah,
You're
that's
6'5", you're
But
basketball.
He's lean.
But he's
Yeah,
leaned
yeah,
out,
he's lean.
and he doesn't. His moveset isn't power based. But if he's fighting like a Dolph Ziggler, he can use that power and kind of do that. So Randy, he's not known as a powerhouse, but he is, and he's not even known. You don't look at him and say, "Oh, he's a big man," but he's taller than Batista. He's taller than Triple H.
Right,
He's
right,
tall.
right.
He just got that lean frame.
Yeah.
Or even The Rock. The Rock isn't known as like a powerhouse, but he's 6'5", 265 pounds. So it's just on style too. It depends, So, but Batista, his style is powerhouse stuff.
yeah.
Umaga's style is powerhouse.
Then that kind of fall away Batista bomb.
It was great, yo. I loved it. It looks so much better. I love like when stuff in matches looks sloppy, but it adds to it. And the way the Batista bomb was hit, and Batista
It was
falling
like he was
back,
struggling with it. Yeah.
it made Umaga look more powerful in the losing. And I don't think that's like something that was planned. Like, I don't think Batista and Umaga was like, yo, I'm gonna like sloppily fall back when I'm hitting the Batista bomb. But it made Umaga look strong in defeat. I don't know if they meant to do that. If they did, they're even more genius. But
Yeah, I always thought it was just it.
it was just Umaga's big,
Umaga's big, yeah.
Yeah, but it made it look better because it made it look like, okay, Batista. It made both of them look great in defeat because Batista was, he got Umaga up, he powerbombed him.
Yeah.
But on Umaga's end, it's like, oh, but look, Batista, like how strong he is. He
Yeah,
struggled to do
struggling.
it.
Yeah.
I just love this match. I think they represented their brand. SmackDown won. Teddy Long.
Is SmackDown the Rey Mysterio? Like how we talk about how Rey Mysterio is supposed to be the ultimate underdog,
But they win all the
Back
battles.
in this
Yeah.
era, SmackDown was winning a lot.
Yeah, every time they had a SmackDown versus, because around this time in the Ruthless Aggression era, they always had a few interpromotional matches.
SmackDown won damn near every
SmackDown won every time. It won every time on interpromotional. So I just love this match. I give it a classic. One of my favorite moments is when Batista's on the apron and Umaga does the big boot to him, and Batista just falls straight down onto the mat from the apron.
I thought this match was flames. I'm not mad at you for calling it a classic. It's definitely underrated.
Yeah.
Because it's and I think partly the reason it's underrated, there's so much other shit on this card.
So much.
That it just kind of, and it was it's a quick match. It's probably 10 minutes tops.
Yeah. I don't think it was 10. It was probably like 9 or 8.
Yeah, and that it gets lost in the shuffle sometimes.
And think about what they're coming off of.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Batista, the previous year, Batista. So this was a star power. I love how it was a star power match because, and it's a dream match, man. Batista's coming off defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Undertaker last year. So Batista's already like megastar level. Umaga's coming off of the Battle of the Billionaires match against Lashley with Donald Trump and Vince. So Umaga's coming off a major match, so it just fit.
It was just kind of two big dudes that didn't have a match together, so they made it happen.
It was, man, who booked that shit? Who booked that match? Shout out to whoever came up with the idea in that meeting to book that match. Classic.
Next up, we got Chavo Guerrero versus Kane for the ECW Championship. When the pre-show battle royal was important, Kane won the pre-show battle royal to put himself in
the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Is it important though? What do you get for winning?
You holding up the big Andre.
What do you get for winning the Andre?
You get to hold up a big Andre statue. You wouldn't want that Andre statue in the house. That would be hard. If you had an Andre statue in the house,
that'd be lit. We should get one in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the old record for the fastest WrestleMania match.
How long was it? Wait,
8 seconds.
It's 8 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh.
The Rock had to go and change that up. But
shout out to Eric Rowan.
Getting that Rock match.
Yeah, but and
some people can't get a Rock match.
Right?
Yeah.
Eric Rowan got the Rock's, and the Rock said he's retired too.
Yeah.
So Eric Rowan got the Rock's retirement match, yo. Give that man his credit, man.
I thought this is cool.
Have they revealed the box yet?
Yeah.
Was it really a tarantula?
Yeah,
That's what I heard on the internet.
Mechanical spider.
I didn't know if it was a joke though.
Yeah, no, that was what it was. And then Drew McIntyre smashed it the next week, and now it's done.
All right.
Yeah. That's going down in WWE folklore. It's just like, The build up for nothing files.
Drew McIntyre just smashed.
Yeah, the very next week. Was,
Wait, he smashed the spider like how bare hands or?
No, like he stomped on that shit and yeah.
Was it like guts and shit? Did it look real?
No, the thing looked fake when he pulled it out. Yeah, it's fucking horrible. No, but just for the fact that again, it was a record-breaking match. I say it's cool.
Okay, I love this match as a moment, but then I still have issues with this match. This is probably the only match to where I do have some criticism, right? So
why?
It's not obvious?
Why, they
Not
did Chavo
casual.
like that?
Not even the fact that they did Chavo like that. Because if it was just Kane versus Chavo, then I wouldn't be so mad at it. Because it's Kane, Kane,
Kane can squash somebody.
Kane can squash somebody, But it was the fact that it was for the ECW Championship, right? So during Chavo's entrance, which is an underrated WrestleMania entrance too, Chavo came out swaggy. Didn't he feel like a superstar?
Yeah.
Right? This is the biggest Chavo's ever felt. Pause. We're not pausing in the 2020 decade. We don't need a pause. This is the biggest Chavo ever felt, right? So he came out, he felt like a superstar. He had the ECW World Championship. He felt like a big star. And as he's making his entrance, Tazz and Joey Styles commentating, right? ECW originals, right? Important to the history. They're playing up the fact, oh my God, we're so happy. This is the first time ECW Championship has ever been defended on WrestleMania. This is a big moment for ECW. This is huge. This is monumental. We're making history. Chavo Guerrero, Kane.
Warrior.
And then it just ends in 8 seconds. Like, you can't hype up. You can't. It just showed. It's just a bigger problem. It just showed the lack of respect the WWE treated the ECW Championship. Yeah. Just the fact they still, to this day, I don't know why, but for the most part, you don't see them giving ECW Championship the credit. Like, they don't, when John Morrison comes out, they don't say, oh, former world champion John Morrison. No, John Morrison is a former world champion. Bobby Lashley, they don't come out and say, oh, Bobby Lashley, former world champion. No, they are former world champions. John Morrison and Bobby Lashley are former world champions. Give them that credit because they won the ECW World Heavyweight Championship. But it just showed WWE never had a respect for the ECW Championship. And it was proven with this match. This is the only time this is the only time that the ECW title's been defended on Mania ever. And that's a problem itself. Of world champion, you're not going to have the WWE title, the World Heavyweight title, never be defended on Mania. And then even you got the World Heavyweight title, it was a squash match, Darren Bryan and Sheamus. Yeah. But at least it was defended. This is the only time it's ever been defended, and this is the only time it's happened. So that's my only issue with the match. Outside of that, the disrespect they showed the World Championship.
So it's not a classic.
I mean, I enjoyed it, though. She was excited. Hey, when Kane came out of nowhere, I was like, yo, Chavo, he's right there behind you, bro. He's right there behind you.
The ref was trying to let him know.
Yeah, the ref was trying to tell Chavo, like, yo, he's behind you, yo. I'm trying to let you know. Chavo's like, yeah, let's go. Like, bro, you don't see Kane coming. He's one of those characters where he could come out of nowhere, bro, turn around. And then the chokeslam, it was a big moment. The crowd loved it. It felt good for Kane. It was good to see Kane get a big moment at WrestleMania. So I loved it. I'll give it a slapper. It loses the classic just based off the disrespect for the ECW title.
All right. Then we get vignette with Maria Kanellis and Carlito. These are things that they don't do anymore. These vignettes.
Carlito Caribbean Queen.
Like, have some fun with this shit, man. Let these people show some character. It doesn't have to all be wrestling.
Carlito was so great.
Yeah. And then Raven Simone came out. Shout out the Make-A-Wish kids.
Shout out to the Make-A-Wish kids out there.
Still fuck you, JJ.
I set it up for that. I was like, I'm not gonna say it today. I'm gonna show JJ some mercy.
JJ like 27 and a Make-A-Wish kid. No, fuck that.
He could pull up.
Damn, he's older than me, huh? All right, then fuck him. Then if little JJ's older than me, and if he gets to hang out with Randy Orton and he's older than me, then fuck him. How come I'm not a Make-A-Wish kid? What do you got to do to become a Make-A-Wish kid? Do you just got to get a disease?
Get the corona.
I got a couple diseases. Like,
get that Rona and see what
get that Rona.
No, they ain't going around.
Yeah. You think Randy Orton's about to come visit me when I got Corona?
You get a Zoom with Randy.
I need to touch him.
Randy Orton's already sick, man.
Nah, but I got asthma and chronic bronchitis. Come on,
Randy Orton caused the coronavirus.
Oh, stop.
Anyways, then next up, we got Shawn Michaels versus Ric Flair.
Yo, this was it, right?
This is it.
This is for Rick and WWE. Yeah.
Classic.
If we ignore his TNA matches against Jay Lethal.
that's all.
But this was his last WWE match.
WWE, yeah.
Which even for that is like, usually even, Cactus Jack retired in WWE and came back a couple months later. Like, the fact that Ric Flair's never had a WWE match after this says something. But you had all the woo signs in the crowd, just people with all the letters woo going all around. That was just lovely. The beginning of the match with them slapping, Ric Flair being Old Yeller.
Or you can start with the promo, like the Ric Flair promo.
Oh yeah,
just he kept it simple, man. He didn't give the long Ric Flair promo. He just kept it simple. He said, you know what?
Be the man.
To be the man. Tonight I'm the man, So, man, that robe, robe Ric Flair had was just Shawn Michaels' entrance. Is the wind just blowing in the hair just blowing in the wind because they're outside. It was just the entrances alone. It felt big time. You knew you were about to get some classic stuff. The promo package, the Old Yeller. Old Yeller is one of my favorite movies of all time, top 5. So when Shawn dropped the Old Yeller reference, I was like, damn, is Ric Flair Old Yeller?
Yeah. And then that's how they started off the match was Ric Flair smacking him around, being like, Old Yeller, huh? I got your Old Yeller right here, motherfucker.
Shawn Michaels gave him the biggest bitch slap of all time, busted his lip with the slap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This like, all right, I feel you. I see you. Ric Flair getting off that crossbody, man, like that to this day just like makes me feel good.
Yeah.
I remember watching this match and like he
got
going into it. There's most matches where you just know already what the outcome's gonna be, kind of lose something, even though like when I was sitting watching this Mania right away, Ric Flair is about to lose.
Well, I have a secret.
You didn't think Ric was
during
gonna
this
lose?
match?
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't sure.
But they made you believe.
They made me believe. I wasn't sure. I didn't know. I was like, damn, is Ric Flair it, or is it, or is it just gonna be?
Yeah.
Because this was like the first retirement match that in my lifetime that that's not an old shot, but it was like the first one in my lifetime at WrestleMania to where it was like, oh, this is like is this like a serious retirement, because Mick Foley's was like, he came back less than a month later for a match, so I didn't know if it was like for real, so I was like, Ric Flair might win, and then the match didn't make me believe it, so I didn't know.
Yeah, but just seeing him actually finally climb up to the top rope,
and I never knew. I was like, yo, what move?
What move is he trying to get off there?
Yeah, I was just seeing him try to get this move off my whole life. And then when he finally got the crossbody off, I was like, oh, okay, he was trying to do a crossbody for 30 years. It was great storytelling. It was. This match is the GOAT match.
Shawn Michaels' springboard moonsault spot onto the table
broke his ribs.
Yeah, I mean Shawn was doing everything possible.
Yeah.
Like Shawn always goes out to try to steal the show, but like this is showing his childhood legend.
Yeah, he's showing his idol.
Shawn Michaels put everything into this match because that spot was nasty.
Yo, when I saw that spot, I was like, yo, like, can he continue?
Yeah, there's no way to fake that.
Yeah, like I was thinking like, oh, is he gonna be able to continue properly? And he still, and that was the beginning of the match.
That was early on.
That was even like 10 minutes in, and he did that. So yeah, that was a gross spot, man. He legitly cracked his ribs on that spot, and he wrestled the rest of the match with cracked ribs like a real one.
God damn.
Yeah. No. Everything Rick was doing to get up to the figure 4, just beautiful stuff.
Shawn hesitating on the sweet chin, the first sweet chin he hesitated.
And the first sweet chin music that he hits in the match doesn't get brought up enough as a classic Shawn Michaels.
That one was
sweet chin music. Because everybody brings up the last one. That first one was clean.
Yeah, that hit.
And then but then that leads you to the classic. I'm sorry, I love you. Just with tears in my eyes. I fucking love wrestling, man. Like,
did you hear Shawn tell a story when he came out with that?
No.
So he said he was asleep, right? He was asleep, and he woke up like he was like, oh shit. And then his wife Rebecca was like, what's going on? He was like, yo, I just thought of something. And then and he was writing down the idea. So he dreamed. So he basically said, like, he just woke up in the middle of the night.
Shawn Michaels does this in his sleep.
He does it in his sleep. Like, literally. He said he dreamed that and was like, yo, like, he just woke up and had to write the idea down and go back to sleep. And, it was, and he thought he was like, yo, is this, like, too soft, you know? Am I going to look too soft? But he was like, yo, but that's what makes it great.
No, it's like, yeah, it was just, man, that hits you right in the heartstrings. Man. Obviously, this match is a classic.
I mean, it gotta be, you know, it's a triple classic right here. This is the one. This one, just seeing it live was just, it's just.
Yeah, it was. I mean, that's one of those I used to have this recliner, and anytime a match could get me off my recliner and then go and sit on the floor to be closer to the TV, like, that was like, okay, you really got me hook, line, and sinker here.
Damn, I never thought about that because I was in a recliner watching this. I sat in the same recliner watching my wrestling, and I didn't have the recliner up once. That's how I know this is a fire WrestleMania. I didn't have my feet up once during this whole show. This 4-hour show, my feet were down on the ground the whole time. Actually, some parts I was levitating, I felt like. You know, so yeah, this match was just, because after this match, it's like this is in the middle of the show. So it's like, damn, like, fuck.
How do you
top
this?
How do you top this? Like, anything else that comes after this, you know? But for some reason, people were still being able to deliver classics after this, you know? So this match, the moment after the story Shawn told after he won, and then he could even, you know, Shawn is the greatest storyteller. He didn't do no celebrating or nothing like that. He just kissed Rick, and he just walked out the ring distressed. He couldn't even look back at Rick, like the way he tried to look back, and he couldn't even fully. He just looked kind of, and he was like, nope. He couldn't even look back because he was just so distraught about what he just did. Yeah, he just put the bullet in his childhood hero and killed his childhood hero, his career.
But
so he couldn't even do it. Yeah, he had to do it because he knew his hero wouldn't respect him if he didn't do it. Yeah. So he had to kill his hero to get the respect of his hero. Oh my God, this storytelling. So Shawn not looking back and just walking straight out. It was
like Shawn would find reasons to celebrate every other WrestleMania. Yeah. Shawn famously kicked Bret Hart out of the ring. So this is my moment.
Get the fuck out the ring. This is my ring. Get the fuck out. Oh,
and then Ric Flair's tearful goodbye.
Oh,
just yeah. If you don't tear up during this match, you have no soul.
Well, I didn't.
You have no soul. Then we cut the Edge backstage.
Maybe 10 years from now, we get to talk about the first WrestleMania moment to make me tear up.
Cut the Edge backstage. Cut in a promo that gets slept on. This is a fucking phenomenal promo. Talking about how seeing Hogan
That's
lose.
What I'm saying. I know you would appreciate that promo.
Seeing Hogan lose as a kid.
Because you were Edge, right? You were Edge during that moment.
No, see, Warrior had pulled me over by that time.
Oh, he's a fake. Hey, he was one of the Hulkamaniacs that swayed.
Yeah,
he's a fake-ass Hulkamaniac.
I swayed.
How do you grow up a Hulkamaniac, right? And then, the new guy comes in town. I'm going with the new guy. I'm going with Warrior. I'm a Warrior now.
This was the hard,
that's fake.
I was Ultimate Warrior for Halloween. I was never Hogan for Halloween. Wow. But anyways,
Edge kept it real. Edge kept it real. He switched up.
Edge talking about how his innocence was lost that night at WrestleMania 6, sitting there as a kid in the crowd, and how he was going to make other kids in this crowd tonight who have known nothing but the Undertaker winning at WrestleMania, their innocence was about to be lost, just like it. That shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the moment I was 90% convinced that Edge was winning that match tonight.
Because there became an art in that, in like someone making you believe that they could beat the streak.
Because you always felt like Taker was winning because it's Taker. He was like, he's never losing at Mania. But then there's the classics about Taker's Manias was that it's like, yo, Taker's never losing. But during the match, his opponents would make you believe.
Yeah.
You know? So
like the Mark Henry match, I never believed that he was losing that match.
I never believed Mark Henry was beating him.
I believed Randy. I believed Batista.
But I believe there is a chance because Mark Henry's getting pushed heavy.
What do you think about Brock?
That's the funny
that
thing.
Was the thing.
I had no.
I was back in.
Oh,
yeah.
you were back in.
Yeah.
This is when I was fading out. I started fading out towards the build-up Mania.
The whole build-up, it was like, nah, Brock ain't the one.
Yeah. You never felt like Brock was winning. But
even during the match, you didn't feel like Brock was winning.
You thought fucking.
You're like, oh,
Taker's winning.
Taker's gonna pop back up after all these F5.
That's what's funny. The person that beat it,
and it makes all the sense in the world in retrospect. But
Taker, and if you look at the build up, I remember being surprised at the build up because the build up, Taker was making Brock Taker made Brock his bitch during the build up. He stabbed him with the pin in his hand. He was just beating Brock's ass every week throughout the build-up. So you should have known, like, damn, like, looking back, you should have known, like, yeah, Brock might get it. But, yeah, the good thing was Batista. When Batista faced Taker, I was like, damn, Batista, like, he's the guy now. Like, he might be the one to beat him. They say Taker wanted Randy to beat him, but Randy declined out of respect, because he's a class act. But I believe Randy was going to beat him. Randy made me believe it. When he hit that counter RKO, I was like, damn, is that it? So, that promo, I love that promo. I think this is one of my favorite promos of all time. I give this promo a classic because I wasn't alive during the Hogan Warrior match, but Edge made me feel like I was in his shoes because now I'm that kid that's watching Undertaker, who I put all my faith in Undertaker. This was the time that I put all my faith in Undertaker, and I was like, damn, Edge is going to kill my spirit tonight, And at that moment, that promo, that's why I feel like WrestleMania promos are so underrated, and I don't feel like they do them enough nowadays, They don't do like like a WrestleMania promo that adds to the match enough before the match, but Edge made you feel like...
Because before, you're starting to get more and more matches with the video package. Now, every match has a video package.
And Edge, the way he built it came right after the Ric Flair retirement, so you're already feeling emotional.
Right. Yeah.
And then Edge, he used that match to start off his promo. He was like, we already seen history made tonight, so we're going to see more. And I was like, damn, we are going to see more. Edge is going to beat Taker. So Edge, I got to give him a props for that. That promo planted the seeds to make, and I didn't realize it at the time, but it subconsciously planted seeds that made me believe Edge was going to win. And then the match finished it off for me. So shout out to Edge for that.
Next up,
I feel like we deep dived on the match. That's how Edge is a GOAT.
I was like, we just
deep
about the match?
Yeah, we didn't even get to the match yet,
Ashley and Maria versus Beth Phoenix and Melina. Bunny Mania match, is that what they called it?
Playboy Bunny Mania Lumberjill match.
Oh,
let's go.
The Lumberjill match.
Yeah, Victoria's got some dance moves.
Yeah, she was. Yeah,
I never knew that. I was like, yo, who's that getting down to?
I mean, she was a hoe.
That's true.
She's a former hoe.
Yeah, that was.
That's how she got her job. She came in as a hoe.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she came in as a hoe, and then she went up to JR. I think who's she talking to? She was talking to somebody, and then another diva, and then she was like, yeah, you should go talk to JR, and then she went to talk to JR, and JR was like, all right, let's go.
I had no idea.
And then that's how. So she came in. Godfather put her on, man. She went from a hoe to a Hall of Famer.
Damn.
Well, technically not yet, but yeah, should be.
I mean, she should be, and I think it's disrespectful that the E doesn't call her up for. And she's been vocal about this, that she feels disrespected that the E doesn't call her back for any of these things and celebrate her enough. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's a weird one. Sometimes you don't know why.
I mean, she's not the only woman to do a porno in WWE, so I don't know why they don't call her back.
I forgot about that. But yeah.
That might be why.
Snoop Dogg's throne. You know, he was sitting in luxury.
The King being jealous. He said, "Damn, Snoop got a better chair than us over here." You know, I'm supposed to be he is supposed to be the king, and you know, Snoop got the king chair. You know, shout out to Snoop. That Mercedes, he came out it. That Mercedes golf cart. That shit was. I always wanted ever since this match. I've always wanted one of those. Yeah.
And
I want that one. I want Snoop to give me that one. Do you think Snoop has that or the E has it?
That's
a
tough,
good question,
yeah.
right? Because I can see the E just buying it for Snoop's appearance.
Yeah.
They probably rented it.
Possibly.
But they love keeping shit though for memories
true.
though. So I don't know.
Melina's backflip off Beth's shoulders was just a fun ass spot.
I love that.
Like that's some innovative shit right there.
The entrance.
Oh, the Beth and Melina. Yeah.
Oh, Melina with the feathers. We know Melina was ranked on our most underrated wrestlers number one, right?
Yeah.
So Melina, she just
number one?
She wasn't number one. No, he always says that.
Oh, how do I remember? Oh, because Gangrel was number one.
Right.
Gang.
That was the old podcast.
Melina.
Look, run that list back. It's still gonna come out the same.
Yeah, I don't know how you gonna alter the math, you know. But yeah, Melina, she just felt what separated Melina to me from the other women is that she felt like the main event when she came out. Like if Melina was in this era, she would be killing right now because she felt like a superstar. She added to Eminem's presence when they came, and then when her and Nitro was just her and Nitro, she made John Morrison feel, you know, like a bigger star just by her being there. She always had a presence about her that just felt huge. And I feel like her entrance, this was a great example. She always felt like a main event talent, you know. She just felt important, and I love Melina, and I always give her the credit for that. Shout out to Maria. You got to see Maria before she was you know, doing the current wild stuff now. You know, is Snoop the father? Did we ever find out who the father? Is Snoop the one that's the father? Did we ever find out who the father of her child is right now? Was it not Ricochet or Rusev?
Nah.
Yeah. The lights randomly going out during this match. They were trying to transition to the new lighting for the.
And this shows they don't give a fuck about women. To where they're just gonna play with the lights during the women's match.
Oh, just checking something out. Go ahead, finish up.
Like that's disrespectful as hell, man.
And they were still trying to put on their match though. Like nobody missed a beat.
Yeah, because they're professionals in there. That shows they're professionals. You know, you're dealing with Beth Phoenix. You're dealing with Melina. You know, 2 Hall of Fame talents right there.
And Snoop's clothesline at the end for celebrity clothesline, it was pretty clean.
Yeah,
sometimes celebrities, you know,
yeah,
they kind of mess up those spots.
He had power to it. This match had build up and storyline too. I love how, because you had the Santino Hall of Famer right there. You got to put him in the Hall of Fame. He was great because he was Maria's dude, and then him and Maria broke up and he went with Beth, so they had that storyline going. And then Santino was just antagonizing throughout the build-up, and he did something to Jerry Lawler, you know. So Jerry Lawler getting off the commentary desk to sock him out was a big moment. Nobody expected that. So that was a moment in the match. And then, you know, the heels won. But, so Melina and Beth got to get their win and look powerful. But then Maria was still put over because you felt sympathy for her. And then Snoop, she got the moment at the end, you know. So sometimes you get to get put over stronger with a loss, and this is a match that proved it.
This match was alright to me though. Like just Ashley. Just every time we watch an Ashley match, I'm like,
well, Ashley was a last minute replacement. It was supposed to be Candice, Michelle, and Maria, but Candice got injured.
Yeah.
But Uncle Snoop though.
Yeah, it's alright to me.
I think it would have been even better with Candice because this was the moment. The match was solid. It had the moment surrounding it. Snoop and all the women out there. Kelly. Do you see Kelly's dress?
Yeah, I saw it.
Cherry was out there. So the moment just felt big. Snoop Snoop just added to the moment. You could tell Snoop just, even his promo before that, you know, he just gets it. You know,
The Ric Flair. Sometimes celebrities are just there.
Yeah, you can tell when somebody's actually really a fan of it. And you can tell Snoop is actually a fan. You know, of course, Snoop is the age where he was growing up watching Ric Flair. So, you know, he got to give his Ric Flair shout outs in the front. I just think the moment was huge. Snoop, you know, added to it. It felt huge. The song,
Too Short played at
I love that
WrestleMania.
song. Yeah, I love that song. That was off the Ego Tripping album. Yeah, and I get this match a
Underrated
classic.
Snoop album.
Yeah, Ego Tripping is underrated.
Yeah.
So yeah, I give this match a classic, man. How can you not? It has Snoop and Santino in the same match. Come on.
Oh, next up, John Cena versus Triple H versus Randy Orton for the WWE Championship. Any other WrestleMania, this would be one of the biggest matches of all time.
That's what I love about this Mania so much.
This Mania, it's there.
Isn't that weird? Like you got,
these are three of the biggest names of all time.
Yeah, and these were like the biggest names in the company too. So it's
not like, oh yeah, this is them on the come up. Like,
yeah,
no,
this is not Rock and Rikishi when it's the Rocky Maivia versus Sultan. This is John Cena is the top guy, Randy Orton is the top guy as champion, and Triple H as a legend already.
Yeah,
and it's a triple threat match. You have
with Cena coming back from a big injury, Triple H coming back from a big injury.
Yeah.
Tell me that wasn't one of the best RKO counters.
Oh, we'll get there. Yeah. The
shout out to the votes.
I read that. Randy Orton, 8% of the people thought Randy Orton was gonna
like
lose.
Y'all some haters. Was it all Cassius voting?
But at the time though too, it was like, it's the whole build up for the match too. Like Cena just came back, Triple H is on the comeback, and
Randy was already champ for like
a while.
Randy was already champ for like 6 months. So if you're champ for 6 months and we're at Mania,
and you're a heel,
you're probably gonna lose that title. So one of those people coming back from their big injuries returns was gonna win that match, right? You thought the promo package. This is one of the most. I never see anybody talk about this promo package for this match, but man, this promo package. And I'm not a big fan of triple threats. I'm not, especially at Mania. So for the world title, so I'm looking at it like, if you can tie up a triple threat and make it make sense, and you feel involved in the story, then it's a win. The way they tied that promo package, it's like, Triple H is like, I came back from injury, blah, 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 blah. I missed WrestleMania. I didn't watch WrestleMania on the sidelines last year. I was sad. John Cena, I was injured. I had to make a decision. I was about to watch this WrestleMania on the sidelines. I had to make a decision. And then Randy Orton's like, I've been dominating everybody. Everybody you put in front of me, I beat them. Beat Shawn Michaels, Chris Jericho, Jeff Hardy. Shawn Michaels was running through all the legends, right? Just killing them all. And then, bam. The promo package is great, man. You gotta give it up. But like 3D said, any other WrestleMania, this is
the main event,
easily blockbuster match, right? But this Mania was so stacked and great that somehow Randy Orton, John Cena, and Triple H match gets under the radar, and this match rarely gets talked about.
Like Josh brought up, the RKO reversal in this match is just fucking incredible.
Yeah, that shit was nuts.
One thing I do love about triple threats is it leads to interesting finishes, and the way they pulled this finish off.
What do you rank this finish?
It's up there, man.
I got it ranked pretty high.
It's up there because in this whole match, you don't see Randy Orton winning this match up until the very last second when he wins this match.
You don't, man. Who are you going for at the time?
No, I was fucking with Randy heavy here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going for Randy.
But I was just like, oh no, Randy's losing this match. I figured it was going to be Cena.
I thought Cena was going to win.
And
I thought Cena was, and this is in the middle of the time where Cena never lost.
Yeah,
Cena never lost any matches, so you automatically thought
the way he lost the title is he didn't really lose the title. He got injured. So
so Cena was, you thought Cena was gonna win this match, and then you could never count out Triple H because Triple H, he can always put out a win whenever he wants. He can always get that win on you. So I didn't think, and Randy was a heel. I didn't think Randy was gonna win this match, but Randy was my guy. I was already over Cena at this point. I didn't like Cena, and Triple H already had plenty of his moments. So I was like, yo, this is Randy's time right here. This is the Age of Orton title run. That's what it's called, the Age of Orton. And I was 100% Randy Orton in this match, 100% Randy Orton. And when he won, when he punted Triple H in the skull.
I missed the punt so much.
Oh man, we gotta
Randy gotta do something like how Seth brought back the curb stomp. Yeah. Randy just gotta pull.
It's gonna happen.
Cause when he gets, and that's what's great about Randy, yo.
It's gonna happen at Mania this year.
If he punts
in front of nobody.
If he beats Edge, see, oh man, I just want to see a crowd there so he can see
just the disappointment.
I want to see like Randy Orton beat Edge on his comeback WrestleMania in front of a crowd. Like I want to see the crowd's reaction.
Because the crowd would.
The crowd would
suck the life out of the crowd.
Yeah, they would hate, and it takes a lot for. That's why I'm impressed by Randy, because you know how hard it is for him to get the crowd to boo him. Because he get on the boom, but then they're like, "Oh, we still love Randy. He's RKO or whatever." When he did the Edge shit, it's like, "Oh, we hate him," right? So yeah, I would love to see that. But Randy, how great the RKO is and how over that move is the greatest finisher of all time. Like I think it's universally looked at as the greatest finisher of all time at this point.
Definitely.
Yep.
It's funny how he still has a finisher in the tuck that's looked at as more dangerous than the RKO. That people fiend for him to hit. People fiend for him to hit. He hasn't hit that shit
in what, 10 years?
It's had to be like 10 years since he hit it.
He's teased it though.
Yeah,
he teases it like at least once a year. He teases it, but he hasn't hit it. Like, did he just lose accuracy all of a sudden? Like he can't kick no more.
He's Charlie Brown with that motherfucker now.
So yeah, we got to see a punt, man. But yeah,
I'm usually not the guy to be like, oh, this match should have gone 10 minutes longer, or like it needs 20 minutes to be a class. This match needed another like 10 minutes. Like these names, and like this match felt rushed. Like you shouldn't be rushing John Cena, Triple H, and Randy Orton in a match together.
Yeah,
but like this is one of those. It almost felt like
they just
like
hit
a Raw
bangers.
match.
Yeah, they hit bangers and stuff, and the finish came out of nowhere.
Yeah, because it didn't feel like the match was about to end. You felt like you were starting to build up to the finish, and then it's just like, what? Wait, what?
Yeah.
So man, I think this match is flames. I just wanted it to go longer. That's
flames.
I'm not mad at it going longer. Any time Randy Orton's in the ring, I could watch him for the whole show. And I'm gonna have to give this match a classic.
Not mad.
I was so happy to see Randy Orton win. I was excited. I was hopping up. Randy was my guy, man. He was my guy. Gotta give it a classic.
Next up, we got the Big Show versus Floyd Money Mayweather.
That's what we all came to see.
This
was huge, man.
That's what we all came to see.
This was huge. I remember this.
We talked about Snoop getting wrestling. Floyd Mayweather understood the showmanship that needed to go into this. And yeah, this was huge. One of my homies that doesn't even watch wrestling came over to watch this Mania because of this match. He was like, I need to see Floyd Mayweather in a wrestling ring.
He was great.
Yeah, and he just, again, his outfit, like
come on, man. Floyd.
We need more. We need more of like Floyd. Need to make a WWE comeback, man.
Yeah, we need that. He could be general manager.
Yeah, and then they wasn't officially the money team at this time, right? It was just Mayweather Promotions.
Yeah.
But he had his whole squad with him, and that was he played into because the wrestling fans hated him.
Yeah. Because this is when he started putting on the persona.
Yeah. This was
not started, but it was like
he was doing it.
Yeah,
it wasn't. He was still kind of fresh into it.
Yeah.
He was like a couple years into it.
Yeah.
So
about 2 or 3 years into it.
Yeah, and then for some reason, wrestling fans are weird. They almost always hate outsiders coming into the wrestling ring, even though it builds up wrestling. Like the media attention this shit got was crazy.
It was nuts, bro.
The build up.
The build up was amazing.
Let's give the credit to the person that catapulted this feud. The person to where without him, this moment would not be here.
Who?
Rey Mysterio.
Thank you. Let's give Rey Mysterio his credit.
Rey Mysterio jumped off this whole feud.
He jumped it off, man. Floyd jumped in to save Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio. Why is somebody always saving the dude? Like, is he supposed to be the superhero? Like, he always gets saved by an outsider. You know, he popped up with Cain Velasquez.
I know, right?
That's still funny to me. Like, just seeing him pop up with Cain Velasquez with the sling.
Got my cousin home.
But Floyd, like, this made me respect Floyd because it's like, yo, you're saving my hero. Like, my hero's injured. Edge had just beat him in the World Championship match, and then Big Show made his return. And this is Big Show's return, so Big Show was out for over a year.
That was one of, I think that's Big Show's best babyface heel turn, and it was within one promo. Like, he came out.
Yeah, he came out as a babyface and turned heel in the promo. So, and then turned babyface in this match, which we'll get to. But yeah, the build. I remember just seeing Floyd just hit them punches on Big Show and really legit breaking his nose at first, and then it's like, oh damn, like it just kicked off like it felt like this is the generation of the Austin Mike Tyson segment to where it was just a moment that just was hot right away. You just knew it was about to be money right away. No pun intended.
Yeah, the match was lit.
The match.
Who was the dude in Mayweather's corner? He can't be doing that.
You can't be doing that.
Like, it's a no DQ match, and throughout the whole match, anytime
Like the
Big
guy
Show.
in the suit, the white
Yeah.
suit,
Yeah.
Leonard Ellerby.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can't be doing that.
I knew you would actually know who that
was
was.
Leonard Ellerby.
Yeah, just it was great. Like, Big Show's doing regular wrestling stuff.
Yeah.
He can't be doing
Hey,
that.
I see a 7-foot, 500-pounder just stomping on my man's, like just stepping on him. I'm like, yo,
Floyd's
you can't
like
be doing that.
150 pounds.
Yeah, like you 500 pounds. You can't be just stepping on him like that. You
He
too
just
heavy.
walked on him, bro.
Like,
Shout out to Floyd for taking all them bumps.
Floyd,
Like, he had
And
a
this
match.
is
Like,
in the middle of his shit too. Like,
yeah, Floyd got it. Bruce Pritchard, he always speaks about how, because I was listening to WrestleMania 11 when, and he was talking about the people that got it was Lawrence Taylor and Floyd. They just got it. He said you could tell when somebody gets it as soon as they step in the ring, the way they walk in the ring, you could tell they get it.
LT match.
Man, he did great, man.
I've never seen it.
So up until then, that was probably the best celebrity.
Wait, was that a Mania match?
yeah,
Main event.
Oh, what?
Yeah, against Bam
shit.
Bam.
I gotta watch that. I've
So
never seen that.
Floyd, this is how GOAT Floyd is. I could break down how GOAT Floyd is, you know, just off this match, you know, not boxing, even though he's GOAT, but just off this match in wrestling, right? Definitely a Hall of Famer. You know, I think he should. I don't know. I don't know what they're waiting on to put Floyd in
there.
You know, so Floyd, the build up was great. He got the build up immediately or whatever. But just if you just look at the match from the entrance, he got it. He was on the whole time. He didn't turn it off from the entrance to the end. You know, he comes out. He's his heel persona, right? Big Show comes out, right? So this was like they did like a double turn, because even though the fans were like, you know, they're booing Mayweather up to it because it's Mayweather, but they still, the perception of the match coming into it was still Mayweather babyface, Big Show heel in the build up, right?
Yeah.
Because Mayweather was still being portrayed as like the underdog, you know, Big Show's throwing him out the ring and stuff to the build up, but they pulled a
double turn,
a Bret Austin and specifically Rock Hogan, because
during
they did it during the match. They did it during the match, you know. Well, Bret Austin did it too during the match.
But that was planned.
Yeah, it was planned, you know. Rock and Hogan was like, yo,
this is how the crowd's feeling.
I think the crowd is going this way.
Yeah.
If the crowd is going this way when we go out there, then that's how we're going to do it. So, so Floyd got it, man. He he was like, all right, I'm gonna just play up the heel thing all the way.
Yeah.
And which is genius. Wrestlers, everyday wrestlers can't do a better job than Floyd in that role of a character, because Floyd was able to be a small man, like you're facing a 500-pound 7-footer, but he was still able to be the heel in the match. That's talent, man. That's character work. And then the actual wrestling skills Floyd had, taking the bumps, the selling. Floyd was selling his ass off. He wasn't too good to look hurt. He was selling. He made Big Show look like a monster. He let Big Show beat his ass. But he still came out like Floyd. Floyd is the GOAT, man.
Yeah.
Floyd is the GOAT.
And then him winning with the brass knuckles.
Brass
at the
knuckles.
End.
Yeah, to where it's like Big Show still didn't look weak in the finish.
Yeah, it wasn't like
he kicked him in the nuts, beat him with a chair, and then used brass knuckles. So it took a lot to beat Big Show. Big Show was in good shape at the time because he just came back. So
I just love how Floyd brought the entourage in. That was
shout out to the entourage, because
they were taking bumps.
Yeah.
That's what makes me respect the whole entourage, because when Big Show ran and like fucking forearmed dude,
he was knocking dudes out.
Yeah, I was like, yo, did they talk about how like? Did he tell Big Show like, yo, you could really knock me the fuck out right now? Because he like knocked him, he forearmed him, and it wasn't like no light. It's 500-pounder coming and forearming you, and then he fell onto the mat, and then the dude that he just punched out, and then his skull, like you saw his skull bleeding. It's like, dude didn't blade. Like I don't think one of Floyd's dudes went and did a blade job. So he really just let Big Show crack his skull open. And then the other one that took the choke slam.
Yeah.
Come on, like it wasn't just Floyd that showed out. It was like, yo,
the whole crew.
Floyd, the whole entourage was.
They all added to.
They're all out of it, man. Like, and even you can't be doing that. Like that's what you would tell somebody if your man's is like, even though it's legal, it's like, yo, you too big. You can't be doing it. Yo, this
match is a classic, man.
Big Show. This is a cold take, but. I think this is Big Show's greatest match ever.
Could be.
I'm with it.
Yep.
I think this is Big Show's greatest match ever.
For sure.
I'm with it for sure.
So, of course, this is a classic, right?
Yeah, classic.
All right.
Next up, we got the Batista WrestleMania vignette. Again,
man.
just
great.
Just fun times. And then we get Kim Kardashian, because it's WrestleMania, so they set an attendance record. Just another reason for us to see 2008 Kim Kardashian. I'm not mad at it at all.
No.
Next up, we got the main event. The Undertaker versus Edge for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Dude, rated R superstar, man. I'm so...
You got to speak on this because you always talk about how you missed...
Dude, like...
You missed Edge's main event run. You just saw his tag team shit.
I'm so mad that I missed this whole shit. Like,
man,
I'm so mad
Edge
that
was
I missed
the guy,
this whole shit.
man.
Yeah, because, like, when you see him walk in, you're just like...
Didn't Edge feel larger than life?
Dude, that's exactly how he felt. Like, that's exactly what
I said when
I saw it.
Ed? What do you rank this entrance all time, though?
The entrances?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I was before the promo package.
Oh man!
And building up the
Top
rivalry
5 promo
between
package all time, man.
Edge and Taker, and in most feuds, especially their feud that had been building up this long, would have ended at Mania. This shit kept going afterwards and had new layers.
And it was already a year, like close to a year before this, right? Because it was in May when Edge started the feud when he cashed in Money Bang on Taker. That was in May. So.
Then they had the Survivor Series moment. They had
it was just so crazy how they kept a feud going.
A
year later, but you still never.
And
you never got a proper one-on-one match between the two because the closest they got was when Taker was already dead and Edge came in and cashed in. So they were feuding for a year. Taker took time off after that, and he came back and they were feuding, but they had like triple threat match with Batista involved, and there's already some screwy finish that Edge got to do. And the story leading up to the match was Taker never beat Edge.
And Edge was still undefeated at WrestleMania.
Yeah. You know?
Yeah, they built everything into like is Edge the one?
Yeah, they made you believe Edge was the guy to do it, man. And for them to be feuding for a year already and they built it up perfectly to where you still wanted to see. You didn't see everything from the feud. You still needed that one-on-one proper match. And this was it at WrestleMania. And then, like you said, they still went on throughout the year until SummerSlam. So, This was actually the first fun fact. This is the first time a match is main evented WrestleMania and SummerSlam in the same year.
Fuck.
It was
Edge
on,
had
man.
it like that, man.
First time ever. First time ever. You main evented WrestleMania and SummerSlam in the same year.
Because like the same people have been in like Hogan and Savage were in the WrestleMania 5 main event, and then the SummerSlam main event. But the SummerSlam was a tag team. Yeah. Like this is the first time one-on-one match.
And the SummerSlam match, it wasn't even for the title. It was just main event. It wasn't even for the title, but that was the hottest shit. That's
crazy.
This is one of the greatest feuds of all time, right here.
The entrances, Taker's entrance,
Taker's,
epic.
Man. This is the first time Taker came since he came back in the dead, man. This is the first time he came out in like more of the 97, 98 looking gear to where he didn't have the hat. It was like just the shit.
And then Edge's, especially when you hear Edge talk about this entrance, that he was just like so amped up. You see him like shaking his hands and shit. It was because he couldn't feel his hands. He was just trying to get feeling back because he was so amped up. He's like, and then too, most of the time, Taker comes out last.
Yeah, man.
Like
so, Edge felt even bigger because he's a champion. He's coming out last after Taker. You know.
Yeah, and
he brought out Vicky Guerrero in the wheelchair. He brought out his fiance, and he had Teddy Long. This one, Teddy Long was like the slave.
Assistant general manager.
Yeah, Teddy Long was their slave at the time because he lost his job.
Don't say that.
But he was.
He was though.
He was because he lost his job. They took his job. They took his GM job and made him like assistant GM. And then for some reason he just kept.
Yeah, he kept having to.
I forgot how it led up to it, but for some reason
there was some reason that he had to keep doing this stuff.
Yeah, it was like
just be
something.
Like, no, fuck you, I'm out here.
Yeah, it was something where they had to keep him around, and he was just the look on his face just told a great story. He just wheeled Vicky out, just angry, and then Edge gave his fiance a kiss, and then just sent Edge on his way, and it was just everything about the entrance, the smoke, Edge hair blowing in the wind, the pyro. This is one of my favorite entrances of all time from both of them, but Edge just felt like, damn, Edge is like fully here. Like he was already main event for a few years, but this is like, yo, your main event
Mania is
at
different.
Mania against the Undertaker for the World Heavyweight Championship.
It feels right.
It feels right, and you don't feel like you're out of place. It didn't feel like Edge was, out of place wrestling the Undertaker. It was like, yo, Edge is like Undertaker is wrestling Edge right now. That's how I felt. It felt like, damn, Undertaker gets to wrestle the World Heavyweight Champion Edge. That's how big Edge felt at the time, So, man, everything about this match, the story they told was like, yo, Undertaker hasn't been able to beat Edge, and during the match they showed why. Edge just kept countering everything Undertaker did. Edge countered,
and that's again Edge is building up this belief in you. It's like, oh, Taker can't really get. Every time Taker gets a little bit of momentum, Edge just cuts it off, and it's like he's got all the answers, man.
I was
like
so convinced.
That was a wrestling clinic, man.
Most underrated WrestleMania main event
it
ever.
Is.
Like
what?
Yeah, man. It doesn't get talked about as much as it should.
Yeah, for how epic this is.
Like when it gets talked about, it's like, oh yeah, that's a great match. But I feel like it should be like one of the when you think about WrestleMania main events.
Whenever you mention a certain WrestleMania, the first match people say from this one is Shawn Michaels versus Ric Flair.
Yeah.
And so, it's this match doesn't, and then they might go Floyd Mayweather Big Show.
Because how the spectacle was.
Yeah. Right.
But the main event was like the match, like it was just
Taker getting dumped into the crowd.
Yeah.
And shout out to whatever lady he got dumped on.
Yeah, and
yeah.
And then just
the way they led into Taker hurting his back in the match, and then how Edge played into that.
Yeah. The storytelling was great, and when Edge pulled out his trump card, Edge pulled out his trump card and brought out Zack fucking Ryder. And Kurt Hawkins, He brought out Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. We got to see Zack Ryder in the main event of WrestleMania. What more do you want? What more do you ask for? You got Undertaker, Edge, Zack Ryder in the main event of WrestleMania. What more do you want? What more can you ask for?
Zack Ryder, MVP, Hall of Fame.
Hall of Famer right there. Stop. You're not gonna act like Zack Ryder's not Hall of Fame.
Oh, he's gonna get in, but
He's gonna get in for sure.
yeah, basically
First ballot.
No.
So when Undertaker chokeslammed one on top of the other.
See, you don't even know which one was which.
Yes, that's the magic of the match because they came out dressed in Edge's clothes. They came out, which was funny because they came out. They had the same outfits on that they've been wearing for the months leading up to it because they were just matching. All right, so to build up to this, they first appeared to help Edge. They became Edge heads in a triple threat match in Armageddon in December. Mm-hmm. It was Edge defending against Batista and Undertaker. So how's Edge gonna win against Batista and Undertaker? Boom! He had Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins dressed in the same gear, and
just
then
taking bumps for him.
Yeah, and they tricked him, and then that's how Taker thought he was beating one, or Batista and Taker thought they were beating one, and then Edge came out and did the switch and was able to get the win, right? So I loved how Edge is wearing a whole different outfit than these guys.
They still come out, yeah.
They still come out, and like Edge didn't even get them like, oh, this the gear I'm wearing tonight. Put on the gear I'm wearing tonight.
They're wearing Edge hand-me-downs at WrestleMania.
He didn't even give them an updated gear. Like how you supposed to do the switcheroo tonight? Like y'all wearing different clothes. You can't trick Taker tonight. But yeah, that was the beauty of it. They were undercover. So when Taker turned around and Edge hit that, well, first the tombstone though, because the tombstone was first. When Taker, because he hit him with the chokeslam and last right, Edge kicked out. When Taker hit that tombstone, it's like it was it. It's over. When Taker hits the tombstone at Mania, that's it.
Yeah.
But because at that time, the only person to kick out of the tombstone was Kane when he first debuted. He was like the Monster Kane. And then Triple H, but that was after the ref was knocked out for mad long. And this one, when you hit that tombstone, you forgot the ref was knocked out. So you thought it was over, but then you're like, fuck, the ref is knocked out. And then the classic moment, Charles Robinson running down the long ramp, slides in the ring, 1, 2, and then Edge kicked out, and it was like, oh shit, this match is done. So at that point, when Edge kicked out of the tombstone, you couldn't have told me that Undertaker's winning that match, because at that point it's like, yo, if he hit the tombstone and that didn't finish him off, what else, right? And so when Edge came back with the spear,
that first spear,
I thought it was it. 1, 2. And when Taker kicked out, I was like, oh, I remember being so lit because I thought it was it. I was scared. And, I was a huge Edge fan, but of course I'm not. Taker can't lose at Mania in my spirit, He wasn't going to kill me like...
So you didn't want him to?
No. Nah? I never wanted to see Taker lose ever.
How many wins was it at this point?
This was 15-0.
Okay.
So he was going for 16.
Yeah, because they were doing the whole graphics at the beginning, 15, 15-1.
Yeah, so Batista was 15. So I was, I'm a huge Edge fan, but of course I'm 100% behind Taker in this match because Edge planted the seeds. It's like, yo, you can't go for me because I'm going to crush your spirit. I was a kid Edge was talking to that he's going to crush his spirit. So when he hit that spear, I was like, oh, it's over, man. I didn't even look at the TV. I was like, oh, man. And when he kicked out, I was like, man, I was crazy. When Edge went for the second spear, he hit the second spear.
Yeah. Clean.
Yeah. And after that, you couldn't tell me that it wasn't over. I was like, it's over. But Undertaker no-sold the spear. And then this one, the storytelling is at the highest level right here. He just no-sold the spear, dead man style, and brought out the fucking deadly-ass submission move that he just have started using in previous months, right? So he started using it's called the Hell's Gate now. It didn't even have a name at that time because he had just started using that submission like a few months before. So I don't know how far ahead they planned that finish, but it's genius because he started using it and started beating people with it a few months before that. But they took it out of your mind, right? He didn't use it for like right before the Mania match. He stopped using it for a little bit, and then it was out of your mind. So after the tombstone, it's like, what else does he have? And then when he brought out the Hell's Gate, you forgot about the move. You forgot he had a whole different finisher. That's a submission. You're not expecting Undertaker to win a match. This is the first time he's ever won a match by submission.
Yeah.
In WrestleMania history. First time he's ever won. He always won by the Tombstone, the last ride. So when he brought out that submission and an Edge tap, it's like, yo, this is a classic. It's a classic.
What I love is Taker's belt pose. Is him holding the belt, kneeling down. Just classic, absolute classic.
It's classic for sure.
Yeah, you just...
Overall, this is my favorite WrestleMania of all time. It's a classic.
Oh, so you do have it as your favorite of all time?
Yeah. Yeah, this is my favorite. This is the best WrestleMania of all time to me. Everybody likes to say 17 or...
That's why I
Wait, don't you hate 17?
I don't hate 17. No, 17 is classic.
Yeah, that's
Which
classic.
one's the one you hate?
All the rest of the Attitude Era ones.
You said it's the worst. Which one did you say? We watched it. We did an episode on it, didn't we?
Really? No, I don't.
The one you said is like the worst. No.
We just did an episode.
Nah.
Like in the last month.
No, yeah.
Oh.
Wait, WrestleMania 2000.
WrestleMania 2000 is the worst.
Yeah,
we
didn't do one on that yet.
We didn't do one on that?
No.
Oh, I thought we did one.
He just shitted on it, you know.
Yeah, I just shitted on it. I don't know.
You know.
Oh. Huh.
I do.
Yeah, this is people love to say 17.
Like, I'm not mad at you saying 17, but I feel like you don't really like. I feel like 17 is just like the go-to answer that people that don't really break this shit down.
And it's 17 just has that energy to it. But when you break down match for match, there's some matches on 17 that are just cool, you know? I feel like this is more... It had like more
moments.
Well, I don't know. It's weird. It's because they're neck and neck though. Because you know, 17 had the TLC 2. Yeah, Rock and Austin. You had Triple H, Taker. You had Vince, Shane. You know.
Yeah, like I'm not mad at anybody that says 17. But
that's right there. But this
24 is
17 is like the safe choice or what?
Yeah, 17 is.
It's safe.
17 is like somebody saying Illmatic's the best hip hop album of all time.
Gotcha.
It's the safe choice. It's like the go-to built-in answer. But if you really go back and look at them, is it?
Yeah, I'm not mad at this being the greatest Mania of all time. Most days, I feel like this is the greatest Mania of all time. Like I said, it was a special place for me because it's the first one I bought with my own money. And just seeing Taker, like I mentioned last week in the WrestleMania 13 one, seeing Taker hold up the WWE title at the end to close the show, it didn't just feel like you know, just that night you saw the flashbacks of the year. Same thing with this. You saw the flashbacks. Taker got his moment ruined. He ended. He had Mania last year winning the title, but he got it ended by Edge. Edge was like the evil guy that spoiled his title run by cashing in Money in the Bank. And throughout the whole like build up of that year, you just saw Taker, you know, trying to get his title back, and Edge just kept finding a way to screw him out of it. And then bam, he finally got his moment. So you're just seeing the flashback of the whole year, you know, that started almost a year later. Taker finally getting his revenge on Edge. It was a classic match, man. Classic match. You just you can't book anything better than WrestleMania 24. The GOAT match. I mean, the GOAT pay-per-view right here. Greatest pay-per-view of all time. 24.
Next week on Network and Chill, the Josh pick. Mania month's over, so we're going Raw.
Isn't Mania over in general?
No.
Does
April
it still exist?
Hey, man.
April 9th,
We'll
2000.
find out.
April 9th, 2007.
Yo, that really is how it is. It's like, we'll find out.
Josh is.
It's not a Mania with no crowd.
Josh is loving him some 06, 07.
Yeah, I'm real into this 06 through 08 right now. I'm just like, I want to like learn more. about
So
that.
we got Mickie James and Candice Michelle versus Victoria and Melina.
Lit.
Randy Orton versus Shawn Michaels. I don't even know what was happening with them at this time, but who cares? It's Randy Orton and Shawn Michaels. It's going to be a classic. The Hardy Boys versus the world's greatest tag team. And Shane McMahon versus Bobby Lashley.
I picked a banger.
Yep.
Man.
Tell a friend to tell a friend that it's them again.
I picked a banger.